Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Hawaii. It is 6:48 in the morning in the Hawaiian Standard Zone. I hope everyone's having a great Thursday. Some of you it's almost over, some of you it's just beginning. This one here is UPS 32 coming in from Louisville. Hopefully we'll get another one of those leaving today. Should be in the 9 o'clock hour if things hold, according to Hoyle. We have the 360 camera running today. Saw Frank over there earlier. Morning, Frank. So I saw Rainbow Love in here super early, but I'm not even sure if that was while we were live. It looks like we are mod free right now, so you guys get to cause some havoc. Now would be the time. Well, Louisville is where UPS is headquartered, so that would make a lot of sense. Their air division, I think, is based in Louisville, but I think the main company is somewhere else. I think it's kind of confusing like that. But we do get some from other places, and we get a lot of them going to weird places. Not weird, I mean, that's a relative term, but... I was doing something... Oh, that's what I was doing. I was doing something a second ago. I can't remember what it was. I'm a little discombobulated today because I spent the last 2 nights, or maybe the last 2 nights trying to lock down my travel setup because I can't take the truck on carry-on. They don't allow the truck to go with me, so I have a completely different setup, minimalist setup for when I stream away from the truck. We had a little bit of that the other day when we were out at Ko'olina for the members only stream, but I didn't like the way that was set up. I thought it was too clunky, too reliant on external batteries. So I tried to make it a little less cumbersome. We have a mod in the house. Hello, Josh. Now you guys got to behave. So good morning, Keith, Jolly Roger, Ron. So Ron, I have a question. I think you mentioned in the Discord that you were figuring out about sunscreen. Am I imagining things? Am I making stuff up? Because you're coming out here, or is it your family's coming out here? Are you coming out, or people in your family coming out? No, Brandon, this is the original Tropics plane spotter. Our fellow code share crew member is off in the tropics as well, out in another little island. 11 of us. Holy cow. Did you guys hit the lotto? The aforementioned Josh, I was just talking about him, says, woohoo, 29 months. I guess I'll serve my own pog. Well, you can have Brandon bring it to you. But thank you very much for being a wonderful friend, channel member, and mod. I appreciate all three of those. So back to the travel setup, because we do have an Aloha air cargo in. I'm coming in. I'll get that in just a second. So I'm trying to get it. I know it's sometimes I'm just dumb, and I'll admit it. I sometimes make things way too complicated and spend just to try to make my life easier, and sometimes it just makes my life harder. That's the way it is sometimes. You're not going to know till you do it, right? You don't know if that new tripod is going to work for you until you buy the new tripod. Sometimes you have to return the new tripod. Sometimes you don't. So I'm trying to have it to where I can have everything in a go bag, except for the encoder. The encoder I don't have. It's a long story, but I have two of them. But I have a backup encoder, but it doesn't work the same way with the internet and everything. So anyway, so I want to get everything in a go bag. So in case something comes up in a hurry at the airport, a special plane comes in, something happens over here, then I want to come over and stream right away, but I don't have time to get the truck, or I don't have time to figure out the truck. I could just grab it and go. And I thought I would use all the parts I've upgraded from. So over the last 3 years, I've upgraded a couple times. So I thought I would just take whatever was the last thing we upgraded from. And that's pretty much what I've done. The camera is the old camera we used to use here on the main show. The tripod is new because the old one didn't fit in the bag I was using. The tripod video head is the old one we used to use here on the channel. There's a lot of recycling, and we got it down, I think. I think we got it down. I was very happy with last night's game. The only thing that duplicates between the two setups is the encoder and the camera I use that focuses on me. This camera here. This camera here. Everything else is stuff we've upgraded from. So I just got to grab this camera and the encoder, and boom, we're out the door. So hopefully we're going to try to use, we have a couple of chances to use it this summer. So we'll have a lot of, we're going to do a little traveling this summer. So I am still under NDA for one of those, but one of those will be Cranky Dorkfest. So if you're at Cranky Dorkfest, you'll be able to see my travel setup. How rude of me. I put the camera myself and I don't introduce myself. How rude. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Honolulu. My name is Patrick. The channel is Reverse Ops. I'll be honest with you, the first 20 minutes of the channel isn't the most exciting. Like, you hear me talking a bunch. But it picks up a little bit here about 7 o'clock, which is 1 minute away. We are in Honolulu on the south shore of the island of Oahu, the third largest of the main Hawaiian islands. It's the only one with a deep water harbor, so that's why most of the population is here. Even in Captain Cook times, this was known as the gathering place. Each Hawaiian island has their own nickname. The Oahu's nickname is the gathering place. So this is where the seat of government is. This is where the state capital is. This is where the Iolani Palace is, which was the seat of the Hawaiian monarchy. So as much as some of the other islands are annoyed by it, this is the main focus. This is where the largest population is. About 1,000,001 out of 1,000,004 are located on Oahu. So we have about 1,004,000-ish in the state. About 1,000,000 of those are here, and I don't think that includes the military here. We have 100,000 or so military here, maybe even more. In about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, we're going to have even more than that when Century Aloha kicks off. But we'll talk about that later. So welcome, sit back, have a good time. If you're going to try to watch Walt, at least bring me up on a small screen in the corner so we can see the Honus come in. We're getting 2 today. We only had 1 the last show. We're going to have 2 today. They're running, I think they were running about on time last time I checked. We have a 757 coming in now, and after the 757, I will check on both the Honus. So we're going to flip over to this channel, and we'll take the 757 coming in on the crossing runway. This is a FedEx 757. It's coming in from Maui. This is these are nice short inter-island flights, and then they'll head off to the mainland. These are not flights to make up for the MD-11 being grounded. These actually were started before the MD-11 grounding. There's a lot more packages coming from some of the outer islands FedEx, so it's more effective to do these than some of their feeders. They still have the feeder fleet, but as soon as this tucks behind the hangar there, we're going to show you a helicopter real quick. Well, I thought we were going to show you a helicopter real quick. Where the heck is it? Oh, there it is. And then we'll come back to the 757. Unless it goes super short. Some of these ones go, man, they go short as Cessnas over there. I gotta go back over here. We'll see how short this FedEx goes. Look at that. Look at turning there at, holy cow, that is a short. Some of them, they go all the way down to the end. I guess it just depends on how much stuff they have. What am I being forgiven for? I don't even know what I said to be forgiven for, Brendan. Oh, is it being rude and not introducing myself? You're really counting on me listening to what I say. A lot of it is just, you know, verbal diarrhea. It just flows out, and I don't really pay attention myself. So somewhere over here we have a rainbow. Let's see if we can see that. Truck can. There's the rainbow right above the United there. 51 minutes away. That's not bad. That should be right about on time. I'm 51 minutes away. A little bit early. 8:30 and 9:30, I think, is the scheduled times. Yeah. The other one's about 15 minutes early. Let's see. See what we get. And there's an outside chance we'll see the third ANA in the shot today, in the show today, because that is, it says 9:52. That's an outside chance. We also have Zip Air somewhere around here. That'll probably be the next heavy coming in, and then we have a Qantas 330 no pause today. The pause are getting very, very rare, it seems like. Yes, all these MD-11s that you see, this one, the FedEx one on the other end, they have not moved. Well, they moved, but they haven't left or come back, so they're the same ones. Let's see, we can show you a little more of this rainbow. It's kind of fading now. Fading. Ooh. And camera doesn't like to focus on a rainbow, apparently. It's okay. Come on. Focus. Whoa, what is going on there? What is going on? Stop. What is it doing? What is it doing? It's pointing straight up for some reason. I don't know what that camera is doing. It has a mind of its own right now. It's not obeying any of my commands. Oh, now it's coming back slowly. I don't know what it's doing. My foot is doing, I don't know what the heck's going on with this camera. Oh, I know what, something's, I know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but something is going on. Because it will not let me. Okay, I think we're back. Yes, we're back. So I'm trying I'm always trying new things because I'm a glutton for punishment. The device I use to call up the camera shots, it's a button panel. And I used to have it connected by USB-C, but it didn't like that sometimes. It would just freak out. So I'm trying this new way to connect it with a network adapter. So it plugs into my network here. And it's just as flaky. So I think it's just the unit itself is just flaky. It just sometimes stops responding. All right, so we have a couple going out to the reef runway. We also have the toothpaste livery coming out to play. And if you want to get hate mail, I'll tell you, I don't get a lot of hate mail. And I don't know if that's because people don't know me, the haters don't know me yet, or just I'm just a nice guy. But I don't get a lot of hate mail, but boy, you put the toothpaste livery plane up on Threads and you call it a Virgin America, people will get angry. They will get very angry. And they will call you nasty words that get auto-moderated by Threads. They'll accuse you of using AI. It's pretty funny. All right, there's the toothpaste livery on the Virgin America. Idaho 5. That's not one I've heard, EM. I mean, I may have heard it, but I don't remember it. Oh. Richard, I think it looks really good until you get about, if you start at the back, it looks really good until you get to behind the wings. The whole front half of the plane looks like they just gave up.
Tu passa. One,
Oh, we have a C-17, Manu 61 lit up. Zip Air is next coming in. That's a Dreamliner 8, little shorty Dreamliner. It's your birthday. Oh, shorty, it's your birthday. We're gonna go to Zippy's on your birthday.
I gotta go work. I gotta go Home Depot and fill up the gas. And I gotta go home.
Well, that's something, Arrow Slaughter, that's something we're just gonna have to work through because there's no chance of me not saying it. And I don't know when the last time you heard me say that because I haven't said that name in a very long time. I'm dead naming that airline. I haven't said that name in a long time. Not intentionally, anyway. They will forever be Virgin America on this channel. I am dead naming them. I don't remember ever seeing one of those copters here. Not the U.S. Army one, anyway. Hello, Fred. Virgin America. Flight 124 off to Seattle is next. Looks like we're going to United 757 right over our head. It's turning on the long T's down there. You can see the United on the right side of the shot there. The one that's leaving now is heading off to Kailua Kona. That's a 717. The United behind it's heading off to LA with the extra X, and that is on the 90-degree taxiway down there. So that usually means that's going on 8 left. Not always, usually. Yep, there's that 757 coming right at us. So has any of you heard how the finalization of the Asiana and Korean Air merger is going to affect us here? I was looking yesterday. They announced the date for that. It's like December 18th. And I was hoping they'd have some information of what they're going to do. Because they have one Korean flight here and one Asiana flight here every day. And my dream, which will probably not happen, but my dream is for them to take those two flights, merge them into one, and bring an A380 in here. I don't think that's going to happen, but a boy can dream, right? So that's supposed to happen on or about December 18th, which is still kind of a ways away, but it'll be here before we know it. We'll be in Opsmus, the 12 streams of Opsmus before you know it. Hello, Kristen. Good to see you. No birds today. So I saw something yesterday that was kind of annoying. Yeah, Brandon, I was thinking that's probably what'll end up happening, but I was wondering because they leave almost. It's not like there's, you know, a morning flight and an afternoon flight or a morning flight and an evening flight. They come in, they leave within an hour of each other, and they get here within an hour of each other. So that's kind of where my thought was: make it one plane, make it a little bigger. You could fit another A380 in here, I think. We got a couple planes heading out. A Hawaiian heading off to Hilo, a Hawaiian heading off to Lehue. Those are both 717s. Those will probably come towards us. Maybe, I don't know, there's a plane coming in. And then there's the Majuro flight behind them. They are over to the left of the shot. I put this shot up because I saw something I don't know how I feel about it. I'm kind of annoyed by it, kind of don't care about it. If it happened here, it would annoy me, but it happened in Dallas. And the fact that it had been... Anyway, I'll just get to the story. So I was looking at this. So this is there's two murals on this building. There's one on each side. And this side is a day shot of a couple of whales breaching. And... the other side is a evening shot or twilight, late afternoon shot of the sun setting with some whales, and you can see diamond heads. So it's different on each side of the building. So this was done by a man named Weiland. I think it's Robert Weiland. I think it's Robert Weiland. But it's Weiland is his name. He's a very famous artist, does lots of whale paintings, sculptures, things like that of whales. And he has 100 of them around the world. He's painted them for free in these cities. They were all paid for by donations. The city or the building didn't pay for any of them. So they've been there a long time. I don't know when exactly, but they've been there as long as I can remember. Well, they're not just here. They're in other cities as well. You might have one in your city. There's one in Dallas. Well, I say there's one in Dallas. There's not one in Dallas anymore, which is where the story comes from. So in downtown Dallas, they had one on the corner of a building, down one side and the other side. And it's been there, like I said, it's been there as long as I can remember. I don't remember it. I don't ever remember it not being there. Well, the last, I don't know, 15 years, 10 years, it's been covered up by a billboard. Like they put a canvas billboard in front of it. So it covered up the whale mural for a long time with an advertising billboard. Well, they took down the advertising billboard, and everyone thought, oh, great, they're going to show the whales again, and everyone was happy. And then yesterday, a bunch of trucks showed up, and they're painting over the entire mural. Not putting up the sign again, they're painting it over blue. And what they're going to do is put a World Cup mural there. Now, you don't want to get me talking about the World Cup, because I think the World Cup is the biggest scam ever in the history of humankind. But why paint over that's been there for 20 plus years with a mural for 5 games or whatever Dallas is getting? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but Brandon, aren't those already A380s? You can't make them any bigger. I'm saying they have 2 planes here that are smaller than an A380. They can combine them into one. If you already have 2 A380s, it's hard to combine those into one. But here, it's a 777 and a Dreamliner X. I'm sure they're not completely full every day, and you could put all those people on one plane. So it's just annoying that the World Cup, it's the biggest scam. Communities are losing millions of dollars to pay for all this stuff. Stadiums are getting screwed. Fans are getting screwed. And the governing body's making $11 billion. And don't even get me started about New York. I know Fred's in the thing. Fred, have you heard about what they're doing in the Meadowlands at what are they called? Giant Stadium now. They're blocking off the complete parking lot. They're blocking off the complete parking lot, and you cannot drive to the stadium. Yeah, there we go, Brandon. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot drive to the stadium. They're blocking off the whole parking lot because they say they need it for security and their fan experience. The fan experience that you have to pay to go into. And a normal round trip from Manhattan to the game, if you were going for any other event at the stadium, would be $12. For the World Cup, it's $100. And they're closing all those train stations and stops to only World Cup traffic on those days, on game days. It's just ridiculous. Giant scam. MetLife Stadium, thank you. I call it the Meadowlands, and I've been calling it the Meadowlands my whole life. That's another one of those things that's probably not going to change anytime soon. I still call Home Depot Handy Dan sometimes, so I don't think I'm going to learn. Yeah, they've knocked 3/4 of it down, Kelvin. It's almost gone. We're talking about Aloha Stadium here in Hawaii. It's where the Rainbow Warrior football team played, and the Pro Bowl was. They condemned it a few years ago because the rust just got to it. And so they're going to make a mixed-use stadium development area with a kind of a smaller stadium. And Calvin and I will be lucky to see it in our lifetime. Yeah, Penman, I would imagine it's probably... I just know about New York and Dallas. I would imagine it's happening at all the cities this exact same way, and it's just infuriating. I'm not a huge soccer fan. I mean, when I was a kid, I played soccer, and I loved playing soccer, but I don't know, watching soccer, I know it's going to piss a couple of you off, but watching soccer bores the crap out of me. Yeah, the old Texas Stadium, Kelvin, was in the middle of a giant field, so there was a lot of parking around it, so there was nothing going to get in the way of an explosion. Here you got people who live across the street, so... And LAX, I think, is maybe the worst example of corruption for these events, the World Cup and the Olympics. They had all these plans for the increased traffic they were going to get for these events. They were going to add terminals, redo all the roads around the front side of LAX because they were moving terminals where roads are going to be. And it turns out they're forecasting now a net loss in passengers to LAX over the next decade. So they canceled 2 of the terminals. So those terminals are now canceled. So they don't need to move the roads around, but for some reason they're still going to move all the roads. So all the roads that they were going to move in front of LAX, they're still going to do, even though their own studies say it's a net 0 gain in traffic. So they're going to do 5 years worth of construction to redo all the roads, and they're going to be just as crowded as they were when they started. How's that for you? All right, I'm done. I'm done ranting. We're going back to PFA, reverse ops PFA right now. I would agree. I would agree. Hawaii is definitely the most beautiful place. There are beautiful places like Yosemite and some of the national parks in the... Why is there a dog over there? Oh, there's a canine unit over there. There are some truly spectacular places in Hawaii that rival some of those places across the U.S. A parking lot next to a airport is probably not the best example of how beautiful Hawaii can be. Calvin, don't they say that every year? Well, Jolly Roger, the most beautiful woman I know lives in Hawaii, so you might be right with that. So there are parts of Hawaii that do get snow, but it's because of the elevation. So the tops of Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea usually get snow in the winter, but that's only because they're 14,000 foot high mountains. Occasionally you get snow at the top of Haleakala on Maui. That is about 9,000 or just short of 10,000 feet, I think. But that's all altitude effects snow. It's not because the climate is cold. So YouTube's doing a very good job. Why is this truck parked here? Oh, I see what's going on. They're contraflowing the ring road inside the airport. Okay. So this guy has to wait for a second. Hey. So YouTube is doing a really good job of auto-translating the captions into multiple languages. So you can turn on the captions and have all kinds of different languages. Or you can watch videos in languages you do not know and have them translated into English in the captions. I think for my mods, especially the English mods, I think we need to have an English to English translation in the subtitles for them. Yeah, English to English. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, Rainbow Love. That United was temporarily parked on the hard stand over here because they needed the gate. And now that the gate is open and it has to leave, and they pushed it over to a gate. Because it was sitting over here on the hard stand next to the UPS. So they're not going to put passengers on it over here, so. Hi, our first A380 has passed the island of Kauai. I don't know where all my little clamps went. All right, so the next couple are going to head out to the reef runway. There's a Hawaiian and an Aloha air cargo. The air cargo is going off to Kailua Kona. No, the Hawaiian is not actually there. It's one of those planes. Flight Radar has been doing this thing to me lately where as a plane goes by, an image of it just gets left behind and sticks there until I restart the app. Is that happening to you guys or just me? Becky, not yet. I don't think we've seen anything. Let's see. We had an Army helicopter. We have a C-17 that's lit up on the cargo ramp. I mean, on the Hickam ramp. There's a C5 down on Hickam there. I don't know if that's going to go anywhere or not. There's a Hawaiian in the background of that shot. Do you see that? I think it was turning for 4 right. Yeah, there it is. Oh. Next one coming in on 8 left is a FedEx triple. It's coming in from Memphis. It should be right up above. There it is, right in the background. An SUV shouldn't sound like that. Rainbow's back. We have a MD-11 at the end of the rainbow. And we'll pick that FedEx up when it gets just a little bit closer. Still kind of a ways out there. We got a short 360 on the reef runway, about to depart. This is the green-tailed one we saw the other day. It says Inner Island on the side, but it's Transair. All right, that one there is Hawaiian. Oh, let me zoom in a little bit there. That one there on the left side of the screen is Hawaiian Flight 6. It's heading off to Vegas. It pushed back from Terminal 2. They're doing all kinds of weird stuff over there. Our next one in, we're going to have a FedEx feeder. It's a Sky Courier, but probably a good chance we'll ignore that one. And then our first A380 is just off the coast. So we will get that one here in just a second. Hello, Manchester Nigel. Good to see you. Thanks, Digger. I appreciate it. All right. Thanks to Keith for sending a high five and 100 joules on the 360 camera over there. I appreciate it, Keith. All right, so the Super just called in on an 8-mile final, so it'll be here in about a minute or so. It is just crossing over Ko'olina right now, which is where we were a couple weeks ago. Which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed that location. You think you guys would be up for another trip out there? Maybe doing it as a regular stream? It would have to be on a weekend. I couldn't do it during a week. It's too far away. Yes, Kirsten, that is a C5 over there. The easiest way to tell the difference between the C5 and the, if you can only see the tail, is if you'll see the C5 there has a flat tail, like the top of the tail is flat. It's flat all the way across. If you see that from a distance, you'll know it's a C5. If the tail has like a bump in the middle, like over the vertical stabilizer, there's a bump above, that's a C-17. Because sometimes, yes, I know they don't look anything alike up close, but sometimes when you're far away and all you see is the tail above stuff, it's kind of hard to tell the difference. Hawaiian Flight 6 is on the runway. And I usually try to show this one, but we got the Super coming in at the same time. We'll see if they send that. Hawaiian out there, because there's the Super right there. Well, Brittany, from out there, you won't see them landing or taking off. You see them fly right overhead. So, where we went for the members only stream a couple weeks ago is a place called Ko'olina. It's a resort area on the west coast of the island, and it's right under the approach path for 8 left. So you see them going right overhead. All right, so when Hawaiian Flight 6 gets a little closer, we're going to get a little peek at it, and we'll come back to the Super. Don't worry. As soon as I can see it, we'll... I'm going to flip over here just for a second. So Hawaiian Flight 6 going through the trees. This is the Island Jenny Express. Back over just in time for it to turn. Look at that. Okay, don't park there. Yes, move on the other side of it. Yeah, Naomi, we get two different ANAs here. We get a mixture of 3 of these. There's 3 A380s, and we'll get two of them usually every day. Today it's the sea green one and the orange one. And then they do have a third ANA flight here that comes in right around 10 o'clock, so I don't know if we'll see it today or not. But that'll be a Dreamliner. That comes in from the other side of Tokyo. This one comes in from Narita. So it looks like the next one we're going to get out on the reef runway is right there. It is a Southwest heading off to Maui. We do have a 717 heading down to the reef runway. No, that one's that. It's still that one that is locked. I need to reset the app. Never mind. What is that? Oh, that's a Learjet that I missed off the reef runway. That C-17 is now moving. That'll 99.9% chance that'll be on the reef runway. Looks like we're gonna get a different UPS today. We have a 7-6 lining up on final coming in from Lehue. We usually don't get 7-6s during this show. They come in usually very early in the morning. So today's show is the last show I have on the current schedule. If you're new to the channel, I do put out a schedule of shows. Usually it's the next 4 or 5 out, just to give you guys an idea of when I'll be streaming. It's usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but sometimes like this week it changed. And it was Monday, Thursday, Saturday. So I do put out a schedule just so you'll know. It shows up on Instagram, Discord, and in the post section of YouTube. Please don't be like my mods and actually read the schedule. My mods have a tendency not to read the schedule. They seem surprised a lot when I stream on weird days. So that UPS is just over Koalina. We have, oops, the camera drifted a little bit. We do have the C-17 moving, and I don't know if you could see it in this shot, but you can see the tail does protrude a little bit over the horizontal stabilizers. Probably not Sunday. We probably do Saturday. Sundays are my day of rest. Not really, but it sounds good. Of course, this is the last weekend of baseball. UH baseball is POW at the end of the week. We have a game tonight, and we have a game tomorrow night, and then that's it. There was supposed to be a game on Sunday, but they moved it. They moved the game from Sunday to last night. But they also scheduled a free celebration at the exact same time for the men's volleyball team that won the national championship. So they moved the game to the same time as when they planned to do a free celebration for 6,000 people showing up. We do have a 747 schedule. Somebody was asking about that in the chat. We do have one scheduled for the rest of the show. It is supposed to be at 8:52, which is still a little bit away. We'll see when that one goes, because they got to put this 7.6 somewhere. The 7.6 is next. So the C-17 is, I don't know. I don't trust flight radar. It keeps, I don't want to have to go away from flight radar, but geez. It's about halfway down Juliet, that C-17 is. Ah, yes, I remember meeting you. We had a great time at AvCon. We were on the same panel. Hello, Bear Prime. Good to see you. Oh, that was cool. A little double shot with the moose in the background. That moose made a hard left. It's still up over there. I thought it was going straight out. Mm-hmm. Interesting to see where they're going to put this UPS. UPS only has 2 slots over there, and they are both full of queens. You got a pair of queens over there. So I don't know where they're going to put this. One time we had a queen that just arrived, and then a queen that was supposed to depart parked over there. And the one that was supposed to depart had issues, so it couldn't go anywhere. And then a third queen showed up, so we had a queen that was still being unloaded, a queen that couldn't leave, and we had another queen sitting here. So for 2.5 hours, they moved the third queen around the airport. It just would sit somewhere for a little while, and then it would move around somewhere else. It would sit somewhere for a little while, and then it would move around. I got a nice tour of the airport for 2.5 hours while it waited for a parking space. So in case you're interested, the next one out on the reef runway is Hawaiian Flight 826. It's heading off to Portland with the Extra X. Behind it, we have a Southwest that's heading off to San Jose. That means we should have a San Diego Southwest somewhere. In fact, it's up on Alpha there. So we'll have the back-to-back sand flights from Southwest. We have a 717 coming in. We'll see if we can show you that one. Let's see if we can show you that one. It's coming in to 4 right. There it is. This 717 is coming in from Hilo. Our second A380 of the day is well on the other side of Kauai. Oops, sorry, I was looking at the flight radar when I was supposed to be following this plane. The second A380 is still well on the other side of Kauai, but it is 44 minutes out. So that puts it definitely in this show. So we will see the second A380 today. That Dreamliner 9 coming in from Singapore is now 22 minutes out. That is not a normal flight here. We don't have any scheduled flights to Singapore, passenger flights to Singapore here. So I believe Singapore has a maintenance facility or a paint facility or something over there. That's why they go there. Hawaiian sends some of their planes over there every once in a while. Let's take the one going off the reef runway. Well, that one back taxis on that runway. A couple of Mokulele Airlines there. They're both listed as not available as the destination, but I'm gonna guess at least one of them, probably both of them, are going to Molokai. Okay, Southwest is already moving. Oh, let's go back over and take Southwest. This is one of the sand flights. San Jose and then San Diego. Ah, they found a place for that 7.6 a little further down, but the Sydney flight that's supposed to leave at 8:52 is lit up, so that should be going out very soon. Kelvin, I don't know the exact number, but that sounds about right. I mean, I would guess it's probably pretty close to that because with maintenance and everything, count all that, I bet it's $100,000 easy. According to Google, you are correct. I think the F-22 is double that. Oh, not quite, not quite. I thought it was more. I thought it was around, it says 85,000 an hour. What a bargain. The F-35 is only 35,000 an hour. Where is an Antonov 124? We had one in Kona the other day. Thought it was coming here. We've caught one a couple times in the stream. I saw that on one of the streams. Maybe it was Sal. I don't remember. That new Emirates livery, Naomi. That's probably their best, I think. I've never been a fan of any of the Emirates special liveries. I think I think they've all been kind of boring. The tennis one is kind of The NBA one's kind of The one that looks like a cardboard box is kind of But this flag one looks pretty good. I think this is probably their best. The one with the lady on the side, the "See You in Dubai" one. It's kind of meh. But this new flag one, I think looks pretty good. I think that's their best one. I've been in a Concorde, and I've taken a photo of a Concorde, a couple of different ones, but I've never caught one in the stream. Unfortunately, I've only been streaming for just about 3 years, so missed the cutoff on those. But I have been in one. Not to fly, but there's one on the USS Intrepid in Manhattan. I've been on that one. In that one. And I've seen the one in Manchester. They have one at Heathrow. I've seen that one. Next one in is our first Hawaiian heavy arrival, I think. It's coming in from Tokyo. It's a Hawaiian 330. It's right here. There is a Concorde rule, though. We do have a Concorde rule here. Because I have a day job, streaming does not pay the bills, so I have to have a day job. I have to leave. Sometimes I have to just go. I can't stay. Even if there's something really cool, I gotta go because can't be late to work. But I do have a Concorde rule. If the Concorde shows up, I will be late for work. The one in Manhattan at the Intrepid is one of the ones where the crew put their hats in between the joints in the cockpit, so their hats are still there. It's kind of a joke, Naomi. Kind of like my whole stream. If I say something serious, please, someone stop me. But the one in Manhattan has the hats between the gaps in the cockpit. So when the Concorde flew, it got very hot and actually expanded. So there was the gaps in between the consoles in parts of the aircraft would expand. And then when they landed, they would contract. And they'd have to, some smart person had to figure out how far you had to put these things apart when they're cold so they expand and come back to the right place. But what the crew did, the cockpit crew, is they stuck, when they were at cruising speed, when everything was hot and all the joints were expanded between the cabinets and the consoles, they stuck their hats in them, in the gaps. So when the aircraft landed and cooled down, it clamped down on their hats. So the hats are permanently there unless they take that whole cockpit apart. So I think that's kind of cool. I don't know. All right, so the 747 has pushed back. We have a 717. Looks like it's heading down to the reef runway. Next couple in here are Southwest, and then it looks like we're going to have that one incoming from Singapore, that United. Our good friend Jonathan McD has gifted one reverse ops membership. Thank you very much, Jonathan. It's like Naomi, the recipient, so please join me in thanking our good friend Jonathan McD. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Honolulu. It is just not 8:42 in the Hawaiian Standard Zone. So we still got about another hour left in the show. We do have a hard out of a little after 9:45. We can fudge it just a little bit, but we can't fudge it too far. We have a little bit of rain in the area. Hopefully that'll hold off. It's supposed to, the forecast calls for a little rain about 10 o'clock. So hopefully that'll stay till we're out of here. But thanks for being here. We got one more super coming in. We have a 747 about to leave, so it should be a good hour to hang out with us. Low pressure, high fun plane spotting here. We do have a bunch of ways to help out the channel, but the easiest, freest way is to just hit that like button. If you're enjoying yourself, if you're having a good time, hit that like button. If you're not enjoying yourself, please hit that like button 3 times to show how much you dislike the show. If you're not subscribed, you hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers. We're very close. We're within a couple hundred of 25,000 subscribers. Doesn't mean much, but it's a nice big round number. I like nice big round numbers. So please join the Reverse Ops Ohana. Hang out with us. Our good friend Fast Eddie 787 has come back to us at the 321. It says new member there, but that's a misnomer. Fast Eddie's been with us quite a while. In fact, you can see he's been with us at least a year because he's got the gold badge. So thank you very much, Fast Eddie. I appreciate you coming back. Well, John K., I hope your doctor's appointment went well. So that was the 717 heading off the reef run that I was telling you about a minute ago. The Queen is moving now, and we have a southwest right there coming in on 8 left. Thanks, Fast Eddie. Sometimes I let go and just let the dark side flow. This Southwest we just saw come in here is not letting me click on it. It's coming in from Lehue, a nice short flight across the channel there. So that Queen is now making the turn, that Romeo Tango turn. That's our new light rail system. If you ever want to go from a field to a parking lot, that's the transit system for you. It doesn't actually go anywhere useful right now. It starts in a field in West Oahu and ends up at a bus station just behind us on the west side of downtown, far west side of downtown. Cuts through Pearl City, Aiea, Waipahu, making its way out to Kapolei. But even the places it stops at is like there's a Pearl Ridge station instead of having the station at Pearl Ridge, it's across the street and down Cam Highway. It doesn't make any sense. Next one in is at United coming in from Singapore. United flight 3974, which I'm not sure what the numbers mean in United, so I don't know if that means it's a maintenance flight or a repositioning flight or whatever. It's currently about to go over Eva. It's pretty close to that train station out there. If you're watching it on a map, we can usually get a pretty good shot of it when it crosses Iroquois Point, which is that lobster claw-looking piece of land at the entrance to Pearl Harbor. Anything past that is just a little blur. It's been sitting in that exact place since, I think, when we had the big rains a month or so ago, a month and a half or so ago. can tell we're getting closer to the summer. The heat haze is creeping earlier and earlier in every show. It's brand new. Interesting. Maybe it's a delivery flight, not a repositioning or maintenance flight. Let's see, recent flights. Sorry, I was trying to look up the recent flights for that one. Oh, yeah, there we go. This one was taking so long, I almost forgot about it. Alright, so this one was going back and forth between London, Singapore, and San Francisco for a while. Our first DHL triple is overhead. It's coming in from LA with the extra X. This is a Singapore Airlines DHL co-branded. I feel like I gave up on the Queen too early. My arm was twitching. Let's go back to it. You see both the Singapores are at the top of the screen there, LAX and Cincinnati. Couple of JALs as well. We have a C-17 that looks like it's headed this way, but it's it's going to line up behind that first jowl. It's got descending down to 12,000 feet there. Doesn't have a destination, but it sure looks like it's coming this way. Fighters are at the reef. Interesting. Interesting. Why isn't it going away? Cut. Oh, that's why it's not going away. Ah, CFI on the fly is down there. Okay. I was wondering how you knew, Brandon. All right, next one coming in this side is going to be that DHL 777. I'm holding down on this thing because I have no idea how many fighters are actually out there. We'll know for sure once that next Southwest turns the corner. This guy coming all the way down to see us? That's kind of rare. He's turning left on Kilo, I think. All right, next one coming in on 8 left is coming in from Tokyo Narita. It is a 7.6 JAL. So we'll get that here. That's it right there. I don't want to go too close because the heat haze is getting pretty bad already. So I'll just zoom in a little as it gets closer. Oh, that C-17 is coming here. I just heard him call in for ILS on 8 left. So he's probably about 8 miles out there. Our second A380 is halfway across the channel between Oahu and Kauai, so it's probably 10 minutes out. See if we get the. We'll take a little closer look at the C-17 because it's cooler. That JAL, yes, that was a 7.6. I don't know where this one's from, but it's not a Hawaii C-17. Ah, thanks, John. We had one the other day. From Stewart in New York. The New York Air National Guard C-17 came through here. We caught it in our stream leaving, and one of the crew members commented on the video. It was very nice of him. I didn't hear the whole thing. I just heard reach. So that's all. I didn't hear the number. Oh, thanks, Eham. All right, so we have a 717 about to touch down. We're gonna hang out on the reef, on the moose's butt for a minute. It's gonna head all the way down Alpha and end up at Hickam. So if you're new to the channel, that's why we get so much military action is because just at the end of the runway and the end of Alpha, there is Hickam Air Force Base, which is home to 3 Air Guard units and some regular Air Force. The Air Guard units consist of KC-135s, C-17s, and F-22s. The regular Air Force also has an F-22 unit, and that's the 19th Fighter Squadron. Next one coming is another Japan Airlines. This one is a Dreamliner, though. It is almost close enough to get a good look at. We will take the 717 heading off the reef runway first, and then we'll come back to the JAL. We'll come back and we'll get the second JAL just in time for a touchdown. Look at that. United going by in the background should be heading off to SFO. And then the next plane coming in on this runway will be the second of our 2 DHL Singapore Airlines. Follow the JAL for just a second, and then we'll come back to it. I'd like to thank Perth Mark, Ken Smith, Rich F., and Frank Schoenstein. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I don't know what's making noise. And Frank Schoenstein and Chris L. Oh, that's what doing that. Ooh. Clicked on some. Whoops. See if this scroll works better than it did the other day. We did a little tweaking. We have a go-around. I did not hear a reason for the go-around. Come back to him when he tries it again here in a bit. I don't know, Rainbow Love, what I was humming. Most of the time when I do that, it's just random humming. Every once in a while, a tune will get stuck in my head, but most of the time, it's just random humming. Tomorrow at 8 a.m., huh? Oh, are we only 30 likes away from 400? There's got to be 30 of you out there who have tolerated the show this long that you can give it a like, right? I mean, I haven't been that bad. I at least get a sympathy like, right? Alright, I just heard the super call in, so it is over Coalina. So if you don't see your name in the scroll today and you think you should, I will update this before the next show. It hasn't been updated since we tried this last. So I will update this for the next show. And then your name will be in it. I'm trying something different. I hope you guys like this. I'd like to give a special shout out to the world's most dangerous mod crew. Ms. Wolves, Rainbow Love, Sydney, Josh, O'Malley, Jane, Alan, Kirsten, Brandon, and Keith PDX over the other side. I'll have to figure out why the emojis didn't come through. The emojis came through when I tested it. I must have picked a different font and then they went away. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Mrs. Reverse Ops. Thank you very much for all that you do. Patience, Brandon. I just said they went away. It's probably because I picked a different font. Just in time for the 838. You can see it there on the top left of your screen. It's still a little ways away. But it's a big plane. We could probably see it farther out than most of them, so we'll try to zoom in on it. And Brandon, you're still on probation. You're lucky I let you have icons. Yeah, that's kind of why I went with it, Eham. I wanted something to still say thank you to everyone, but not clutter up the whole screen or take too much room. And as a banner, as the top banner, it does let me start it earlier so I don't forget either. Because sometimes I know that scroll, the old scroll, would last 4 minutes, and sometimes it would be 3 minutes before I'd have to go, and I would have forgotten. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for stopping by. So this one's gonna make a left turn here in about 2 seconds on Echo. And we'll see the whole side of it. All right, thanks everybody. So we still have another 15 minutes or so we're not going anywhere quite yet. But I do want to say thanks to everyone for being here. And if you have anything you need to find out about the show, you can always use this link right here, reverseops.com/find me. This will take you to all the ways to support the channel, membership links, PayPal link. It'll take you all our social medias, Discord, Facebook, Instagram. It'll also take you right back here in case you're lost. And it also has links to our companion channel that's running over my head. I have a 360 camera running over our head that Find Me link will take you to that as well. That is HNL Ops. We have just recently started channel memberships over there. They're $2 a month, $1.99 a month. They are 100% just to pay for the internet on that second stream. That's a completely separate stream, separate internet. So the only reason we have channel memberships over there is to help pay for the internet. We'll be doing some more members perks later on when I have time during the summer. But for right now, we're just trying to get that paid for over there because that is a separate internet connection. So if you go over there, you can become a HNL Ops operative over there for just $1.99 a month. We do also have channel memberships here as well, which also support this channel. But they are two separate channels, so if you're over there, like and subscribe. If you're over here, like and subscribe. I know I'm making this really complicated, but basically it just means, you know, help me help you. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
So how was it down there? You get to see the hang tens?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I brought you a little gift.
Oh, thank you. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, these are good. Ooh. You got the good ones. So let's go to the. So we have our good friend CFI on the fly here who's brought Pop-Tarts. And Girl Scout Pop-Tart with thin. Got some good Pop-Tarts. Thank you very much.
That was nice to see those rappers.
You mind being on camera? So if you want to get familiar with the CFI, everybody give a wave.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. It's a bummer there was only two, but two's better than none.
I know, Ian said there's going to be more, but
Yeah.
it's okay. You said the F-35s are going out tomorrow morning.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. I don't know if I'll be here or not.
Yeah.
Friday is a tough day for me.
We're going to go do stuff on the north side tomorrow, so probably not going to be around for that, but
We'll just hit by here on your way up.
I know.
Yeah. Ooh, getting some rain.
Made it, though.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
This time, no issues.
Oh, we have. Oh, you didn't. Your 35-minute connection worked out.
No, we actually had a 25-minute delay.
Oh, okay.
Flying O'Hare to Los Angeles. And then
Sometime a
Los Angeles
delay is good.
So when we saw that 25-minute delay, I was kind of concerned a little bit, but we made it just in time. Hopefully our gate was too over, so.
Yeah. When we flew to Atlanta, we went through Phoenix, and our gate was supposed to be one over, and it turned out at the very last minute we got moved, and it was the next terminal. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to cover a few things up here. So how long are you here for?
We leave Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. All right.
We stayed a couple extra days this time. Well, we lost
Yeah,
a day.
last time you were really
Lost a
quick.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you had that whole thing where you completely lost a day.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we were only down to 4 days.
Yeah.
4.5 days. Yeah, we're here full 7 this time. So Diamond Head this morning.
I haven't done that in a long time. I heard they redid the top area. So you don't have to take the stairs anymore.
Yeah, there's a ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still a couple stairs you gotta take. But
Yeah, there was a one stretch of like 72 stairs.
the really steep one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to take them. There's a little shallower stairs. And windy too.
Yeah, you missed all the bad rain though. So luckily for you.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of typical.
So when you go up to the North Shore, make sure you check the traffic by Waimea Bay, because they're either contraflowing it or shutting it down, because during that rain they had a lot of rock slides.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
So they're either closing it or contraflowing it. So either way, it's a pain. That's another thing I haven't done in a while. Mrs. Reverse Ops goes there all the time.
Oh, wow.
So she usually goes there while I'm here. Can't keep her out of the water though.
So nice.
She works out in Kapolei. So she started going to Wet n Wild on her lunch break, because she figured out she can get there in 5 minutes, have 50 minutes, and then get back.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So we have a season pass. If you get it at the right time, it's dirt cheap.
And you can go to Carolina too, right? Just like the public.
Yeah, all the lagoons have public parking, but they fill up. So if you go out there, if you get there before probably 8, you probably won't have a problem with the big parking lot.
So really,
Yeah, because we did the stream out there. Did you watch that stream a couple weeks
caught
ago?
the end of it.
All right.
The last 10 minutes.
So if you get there, well, like what we did, we got there at like 7, right at 7, and we had no problem. The parking lot was empty. An hour later, it was a line. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Seems the way to do it here is everything in the morning.
Yeah. The problem with that is everybody knows that now.
Yeah. So
You used
everybody does it too. Well, like the hikes and stuff.
Yeah. But if you can get up to the North Shore early, you'll beat a lot of the people from Waikiki, because they get up, do breakfast, and then they drive up there. If you just go straight up there in the morning, you'll be better. So we have a 717 leaving off the reef runway, so we're going to pull over there and take that. That is right there. Ehem says there's a 135 going out.
Yeah, they don't have that many 135s here. I think when I flew in, I saw one on the ramp.
Well, I think there's something going on where they might all be busy.
I think there was 4 when I saw one.
Yeah. Yeah, they're occupado somewhere else in the world.
Other obligations.
We have had some of the more interesting planes show up here lately, like the E6 and things like that. It's just never would have. I was hoping Air Force One would come through here on the way to China.
Well, I've been looking. There's no TFR or anything, so
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe it was like a backup plan. If
Yeah.
They couldn't go that way. They come here or something.
Yeah, I'm sure they had something if the weather sucked up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Or maybe there's still somebody else coming there.
well, it's. I don't. Do you watch it when they were doing the practice for the police escort?
Yeah, I saw that.
So somebody's coming.
Yeah.
Might not be him, but
Again, or they're just practicing for
Yeah.
the worst case if they had a
Yeah.
or something. I'm sure they don't have too many escorts. They gotta practice for it. Did you see that? Have you seen the helicopter that's been flying off shore over there? The Australian one, you think?
no.
I saw it last night. There was an Australian helicopter. It looked like it was probably a ship or something out there.
Huh.
It was registered Australia somewhere.
Wow.
Maybe the RIMPAC starts soon.
End of June, I think.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. They're selling merch in the thing. Unfortunately, they won't let me buy it.
Yeah. Everybody knows you. So you're still streaming normal the rest of this week? Saturday?
Saturday, we're probably going to do start time at 10. We're going to do a sleep-in thing because we got baseball Friday night. And then probably Tuesday, Thursday. You see, what time you leave on Tuesday?
9 p.m. So
Oh, you'll be, yeah.
Trying to find a time to maybe stop back again.
Well, Tuesday I'll be down. Most likely Saturday and Tuesday I'll be down there. Yeah.
Maybe Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah.
I want to see the Raptors again.
Yeah. I have had people get mad at me in the chat for showing the Raptors when some other plane was doing something.
Really?
Like that was a very rare 7-6 that you missed. I'm like, sorry.
People like the Raptors too.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
And then people get mad at me for showing the turtles. And I'm like when I'm down there, some people get mad at you because you can't really see them touch down. But you can literally see the spike in the viewers. Like there's two spikes in every one of my shows, and they're always right when the Honas are here. Yeah.
When do they depart? Like 12ish?
The first one will be about 11:45, and the second one will be about 12:45. The pushback is about 10 minutes before that. Oh, thanks, Eham.
I'd love to see him.
Oh, there's
My
that.
girlfriend in the car. She doesn't love planes as much as me, so
Yeah.
I got to juggle that around too.
I got very lucky with that. Mrs. Reverse Ops likes to hang out at the airport.
Yeah.
She finds it very relaxing.
It is. Nothing wrong with being outside and enjoying the weather.
Yeah. All right, so as much as I'd like to stay for the C40, it has to get moving. It's moving, but it has to get moving, if you know what I mean. So we'll see. We're definitely going to stay for the ATI that is heading to Wake Island. That is on Juliet now. So we'll see how close the C40 gets before we call a Hanaho. I'd also like to get Zippy in there, but Zippy's being a little pokey. It is pushed back, but it's a little late, Mr. Zippy. So there's Zippy's right there. All right, so if the C40 makes it to Juliet by the time the ATI makes it to the runway, we'll stay for it. We'll call it our Hanaho plane of the day. I don't think there's any chance of staying for Zippy, unfortunately. It is still facing the wrong direction. Yeah, Naomi, it's a little, it doesn't have the action as an LAX or a Heathrow, but we make up for it in our variety of aircraft. Keep an eye right here for that C40. There it is right there. Look at that. Huh?
I never realized how much gear it takes.
It's it's funny you mentioned that. I don't know if you heard the beginning of the stream. I was talking about my travel setup.
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah. So I was talking about my travel setup, and I had it set up next to the truck, and I'm looking at the travel setup, and I'm looking at the truck. I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Because it's like the absolute bare minimum to do a show, but it all fits on one tripod. And I was like, I wouldn't have the sunshade, I wouldn't have the other things. Yeah.
Well, I figure you keep adding more and more to make it easier and stuff.
That's the plan. That's just because this thing is so awesome. This comes down, and I just pack it all up and drive it into the garage, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. A lot easier than a lot of ones that have a whole table full of everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like I know Walt. He's got. Takes him an hour to set up. I was like, ugh. I used to do that out of a back of a hatchback, and I'd park here. I'd put everything in the back, in a cart. I'd go over there to stream, and then I'd have to set it all up. Then I'd have to break it all down and put it back in the cart, drag it over here, put it all back in the cart. I was like, there's got to be a better way.
Found it.
Of course, there is one lady who's still mad that I don't stream from over there.
Really?
Yes.
Like a worker or someone?
No, just she was a viewer, and she's still mad. She still writes me a comment every once in a while about how I should be streaming from over there.
I like that.
So yeah, you come over here and help me put all the stuff in the in the cart and. Huh?
Can't please everybody. That's
Yeah.
the hard part.
Yeah, well, I learned that very early on. Just, if you don't like what I'm doing, then 40 other live streamers that figure you out. Thanks, Steven. We got 2 back-to-back comments from Florida. Hello, Fort Lauderdale and Florida. Okay, so it's getting that time. So I want to thank everyone. We're gonna cut straight from the C40 to the end of the show. So we'll watch the C40 out, and then I'm going to switch you all over to the 360 camera so you can watch me pack up. But thanks, everybody. It's been a blast today, as it is always. We'll be back out here Saturday, most likely at 10 a.m., but I'll put out a schedule soon. Thanks again to the mods. Thanks again to Mrs. Reverse Ops. And thanks to CFI on the Fly for, he's right over here, for stopping by and bringing some Pop-Tarts. So we're going to go over here to this camera. So don't forget, we're going to switch you over to the 360 camera as soon as we're done here. And you can like and subscribe over there if you don't mind. Brandon's volunteered you to pack up my truck.
Okay, that's fine. At least I can do it. Did he do that when he was here?
Of course not. I think you've already stayed longer than his total. He's been here 3 times. I think you've already stayed longer than him. He's in and out.
Wow.
Of course, he did drive me around in California to Cranky Dork Fest, so he's not all bad.
C40's on there.
Okay, everybody say it with me. Hanaho!
Brandon said I stayed with you for hours last time for 2 days.
Yeah, last time Brandon was here, the F-22s left off 8 left. They came right over our head. All right, that's it, guys. We'll see you all next time. Thanks again, everyone. I'm just ribbing you, Brandon. Stay calm. All right, we'll see you all on the 360 camera in about 2 seconds. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do.